We're going to hear from the great Senator Kennedy. He was on Fox News this morning and doing an interview and answering the questions only the way Senator Kennedy can do. Take a look.
One of your counterparts, your friend across the aisle, Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy. Senator, welcome to the show. So I'll give you a chance to start there with what Senator Warner said. This is a war of choice.
Senator Warner, Shannon is star-spangled brilliant. On this one, he's also wrong. Our intelligence clearly showed that Iran had taken baby steps to restart its nuclear program. It was producing between 200 and 600 new missiles a month. Its plan was to stockpile enough missiles so that it could destroy the Middle East if we went back in to destroy its nuclear program. That's why I say President Trump he's not trying to start a war. He's trying to prevent a war. He tried negotiating with the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah said no to everything except lunch. What's our plan? I'll tell you what our plan is. We all heard it in the classified briefing. Our plan is to destroy the Iranian Navy, destroy the Iranian Air Force, destroy their facilities through which they're making missiles and drones, destroy the infrastructure for the Revolutionary Guard and other parts of their military. We're going to turn parts of Iran, those who are enemies, into fish food and then get out. I do not believe the president will send in troops. In fact, if he sends in troops, the thud you hear will be me face planting because I fainted. I think this will all take a matter of weeks, and after we are done, it'll be up to the good people, and they are good people of Iran, to try to overthrow these knobheads who are in charge now.
Well, all of this comes at a cost. The human cost, there's a financial cost as well, which Senator Warner touched on. And there are questions now about the administration coming to Capitol Hill with a supplemental request for this. One of your colleagues was asked about that, Senator Lisa Murkowski, who sits on the Defense Appropriations Subcommittee. She says the administration should not be taking anything for granted. If they come to us at the end of the month and say, this is what we want, and basically you deliver the votes, it's not a winning strategy, in my view. You've got to start making the case. How do you see that playing out?
Well, Senator Murkowski is my friend and colleague, but she's a minority. Congress, at least the Republicans in Congress, are not going to let us falter in achieving our objective because we run out of money. I think right now our military has plenty of money and they have plenty of ammunition. This business about we're running out of ammunition is foolishness. It's foolishness on a stick.
Well, before any of that gets done, I want to bring up what President Trump has just put out on Truth Social today that may affect your business there on the Hill. He praises those who are pushing the SAVE Act, which would require proof of citizenship, among other things, before you can register to vote. He goes on and says this has to go to the front of the line. He says, I, as president, will not sign other bills until this is passed, and not the watered-down version. Go for the gold. Must show voter ID and proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots except for military, illness, disability, or travel. Then these add-ons that may come as well. No men and women sports, no transgender mutilization, he says, for children. Do not fail. And this one was signed President Donald J. Trump coming.
I mean, can you imagine a president having to say that in 2010? Having to say just read, look at that stuff. I mean, again, if you are a conservative, if you call yourself a conservative or off the Democrat plantation or whatever, you are just a common sense person. Okay? Why is it debatable that you need an ID to vote? Why is it debatable that boys should not be in girls' sports, locker rooms, and bathrooms? Again, I don't understand these people, man. Sorry.
Straight from him. How does that impact what you're doing there on the Hill? Because there's a lot of consternation from conservatives that the Senate doesn't seem like it's moving forward with the SAVE Act.
Well, the Senate is notoriously slow. Sometimes it takes us months to get nothing done. But the SAVE Act is a priority.
He said sometimes it takes us months to get nothing done. This man has so many bars and so many freaking little, you know what I mean? He's absolutely right. The Senate is slow as shit. And Trump's like, listen, man, we need to get shit done. Let's go. He's always saying, I listen to this guy every time he's on Senate when he's talking, because he's a common sense politician.
I'm a co-author. John, I agree with everything the president said. The Senate is notoriously slow. Sometimes it takes us months to get nothing done. But the SAVE Act is a priority. I'm a co-author. John, I agree with everything the president said in his tweet, though I haven't seen it. John Thune has promised to bring the bill to the floor. I don't know when he's going to do that, but he is going to do that. I anticipate it'll be in the next few weeks. Will it pass? I think so. It just depends. We've got some free range. The Democrats will be against it, but we've got some free range chickens on the Republican side, and we're going to have to go gather them up.
So
we got some free range chicken Republicans on the other side, aka rhinos, aka swamp creatures, aka bought and paid for Republicans. I told you guys this once, and I'll tell you again. Just because they have an R in their name does not mean they're America first, does not mean they're on our team, and it does not mean they're not doing backroom deals with the effing Democrats. Okay? I'm telling you, he's being nice because these are his colleagues and he's with these people, but he called them free-range chickens for a reason. Okay?
to get to 60, though, is the thought that this would be a reconciliation bill, so you don't have to get to the 60? Is there a single Democrat? Are there several Democrats who would vote with you on the SAVE?
I would do it through reconciliation. We could short circuit all of this, but I'm in a minority. Mm-hmm. I have chased.
Yeah, he's in the minority for common sense. That's even in the Republican Party with the reconciliation bill. That is common sense. But again, these people, when you see people not voting common sense things, even in the Republican Party, and believe me, they don't. You look at the Republicans and the Liberty scores. Look at them. The reason why, because these people are they're prostitutes. I was gonna call them the H word or W word. They're prostitutes. They are bought and paid for.
Senator Thune, my good friend, like he stole Thanksgiving to try to get him to do a reconciliation. This would be perfect for reconciliation.
Okay. I also want to touch on the economy because you heard Senator Warren talk about this as well. A bad jobs report, frankly, by any measure on Friday. And that with now people are going to go to the pump. It's a real life check for them on their wallets every day. Wall Street Journal says this: Trump's pledges to lower prices and to keep the U.S. out of foreign wars helped usher him into a second term. Yet in advance of the 26 midterm elections, foreign interventions have dominated the White House's recent focus and cast fresh uncertainty on a fragile economy. Our poll shows this week when people are asked about their personal situation, 57% of them said it's fair or poor. How do you deal with that going into the midterms?
Well, the expert economists who are predicting doom need to chill. They need to go buy an emotional support pony. Economy's fine. I wouldn't trade America's economy for the economy of any developed country in the world. We had a bad job report last month. Everybody knows that companies, they're not firing people, but they're not hiring people. But our economy is fine. Have oil prices gone up? Well, of course. Do oil prices go up when there's a war in the Middle East? Yes, duh. The oil prices haven't gone up because there's a shortage of oil. The oil prices have gone up because you've got a bunch of oil traders out there in their Gucci loafers with their caramel frappuccinos who are bidding up the price. The prices will come back down as soon as we get out of Iran, as soon as we finish turning them into fish food, which will be pretty soon.
All right, Senator Kennedy.
If you want to know what's going on in the political world and you want to understand, type in Senator Kennedy, okay? He simplifies it, he dumbs it down, and he will make you laugh while he's learning. He's the #1 common sense, most entertaining senator we've ever had in this country, guys. I'm telling you, if you want to learn about politics, listen to John Kennedy. I listen to him all the time on C-SPAN. I'm a nerd like that. But anyways, what do you guys think what he said overall? Oh, your thoughts, but also in particular what he said, what the lady asked him with that little trap question about Trump saying he wasn't going to be in a war. Now he is, the disapproval rating, and how you think that's going to affect the midterms in 2026.
Bro, it's not going to affect the midterms, dude. Like I said before earlier, I think it's going to work in our advantage. I think, there's a short, medium, long-term mindset. There's so much news come out. We see something one week, we go to the next week, we forget what happened 2 weeks ago. Number one. Number two is, bro, based. Bro, tell me how you really feel. I mean, like, what? I feel like I'm gonna rewatch that again later, by the way, just to let you know. But I think that the thing is too, sometimes we have to step back and be like, the swamp creatures are there. We got the rhinos, we got the paid activists, left, anarchists, whatever. I hate to say it like this. It's I want to hope it's gonna change, but I don't. It's gonna. We just have to navigate within the system. It's never gonna change because as long as money's involved, which we know you follow the money, right? We know this. Okay, you left, right, whatever. Okay, but it's money. Everybody, it's inspiration or desperation. You got to follow the money. The left is gone forever. They're never coming back. And I don't know, dude. It's just I think we need to take in what's going on. We need to process it accordingly. Understand that at the same time, what are we doing in our actions? Are we protesting? What are we doing as people in our communities and in our areas, in our cities, and our states? What are we doing? Because we can question what they're doing all day long, and Trump's dropping the facts, the voter ID, the common sense. I mean, when you read that, it's a common sense IQ test. Voter ID. I don't know. Can my kids go jump in a car and drive? No. Can they go buy alcohol? No. But yeah, in some states, we're gonna chop ourselves up and kind of whatever. That's cool. I mean, come on, dude. Anyways, that's enough. Trent,
Yeah.
BTC technician, what's up, dude?
So that is a super big, it was a long video, and I want to touch a little bit on a bunch of it. Voter ID is insanity. Like, if I have to give my ID to get Benadryl, dude. Benadryl.
Yep.
And and people are making a fuss over that. Oh, it's not the license that's the problem. It's the proof of citizenship thing. Dude, everybody has a birth certificate. It's just hand it to them. I did my passport last week, and I brought in all my stuff. I handed it to the lady, and it was 15 minutes for a passport. And and they were like, "Well, it costs money." Well, you don't have to get a passport. Get the state ID. That's almost like $10 or something. And I think that's like the big part. They don't want to bring their birth certificate into the polling station. Well, then have the IDs require the birth certificate, and then you only have to bring the ID in. I mean, there's that. And then we can like the pump situation. I mean, we went back 3 months in the gas prices. Who cares? Like, I drive a giant truck. It hasn't affected my life at all. And as soon as we dip into like the reserves, it'll level out. And I guess my biggest issue with the whole thing, what he was talking about, and it's not controversial, but I think we need to be more like Democrats. Do you know what? If they have an idea, they all rally around it. Doesn't matter if it's wrong or right. You'll have one person, and that's Fetterman, that will disagree. And we can't even agree on simple things. It's annoying. It's infuriating.
Exactly, bro. Now, good points, guys. Now, Trent, back to you real quick. So you predicted last week that you think the war is going to go longer than what me and Anthony think, and the question that lady asked him was about the midterms.
Yeah.
So if it goes to as long as you think it's going to go, how do you think it's going to affect the midterms?
Absolutely not at all, because basically the way wars work, and you can look at it in Iraq, the longer they go, the less they're in your mind, for at least the average person. We go 2-3 weeks, they won't even know we're over there.
Good point. Good point.
That's that short, medium, and long-term mindset that I was talking about. In this day and age, we have so much information. We're consuming so much stuff. Most people don't remember what happened 3 weeks, a month ago. They may within the realm, but they don't remember the specifics, the details, and all that. And we just keep the monkey brain going on, and we just forget what happened then ago, because we're looking for those dopamine quick stories. The dopamine hits, like the media. They don't care about the story, bro. They just want to get the views. They put out the story, whether it's fake or whatever, and they just put it out.
I mean, even to piggyback off that, like the normal person, say like my mom, right? She doesn't even know we're over there. She has no clue.
Yeah, and most people are not glued to the TV and looking at the news. Some are. But if it doesn't, like you said, the monkey brain, if it doesn't affect their lives, like in real life, like losing their job or one of their friends or something like that, then again, it's just a news cycle that's constantly, because we have so much information, it's just an information overload, and it's just going to come and go. That's a good point.